these distances are measured from forward perpendicular. And however,
Okay.
if there is a bulbous bow, then the from where you want to take these distances, that distance is slightly different. You can take
Okay.
slightly more forward. Okay, so the location will become slightly more because the forward from where you are taking that point is slightly forward of forward bulkhead. But you will understand it when we are doing that calculation. For the time being, this is enough.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Okay. After peak bulkhead is also compulsory on ships, and purpose of that is enclosing the stern tube and rudder trunk in a watertight compartment. They may extend to first deck above the water line. So not necessary up to your main deck or freeboard deck. They may extend to first deck above the water line, above the load water line. Okay. Next is transverse watertight bulkhead requirement in cargo ships. A bulkhead at each end of the machinery space and watertight up to the freeboard deck. One of those could be the aft peak bulkhead on ships with machinery space aft. So on cargo ships, additional to your forepeak collision bulkhead and aft peak bulkhead, you have additional bulkhead at each end of the machinery space. That each end means forward and aft of the machinery space. You have a collision or you have a watertight bulkhead. And this bulkhead should extend to freeboard deck also. Additional watertight bulkheads are fitted as required by class rules depending on ship's length at uniform intervals. That uh, more than minimum bulkhead as given. Additional bulkheads are also there required on ships depending on the length of the ship. So up to around 65-meter length, these minimum bulkheads are can be there. But more than 65-meter, additional bulkheads are also required, and they have to be fitted almost at uniform intervals. Then any changes in intervals will need suitable transverse stiffening. So this length uniform intervals is almost not compulsory, but this is it is better to have uniform intervals. But if there are differences, then where the it affects your strength of the shape, there should be additional stiffening. These bulkheads on passenger ships, transverse fighter, they are governed strictly by statutory regulations for subdivision, floodability, damage stability, with minimum 3 bulkhead with machinery space aft or 4 bulkheads with machinery space midship. So there's there are more strict regulations, even more stricter than cargo ships. There are maybe additional number of bulkheads, and their location, etc., is depending on the subdivision, floodability, damage stability requirements. Collision bulkhead watertight to the bulkhead deck, spaced not less than 5 meters and not more than 3 meters plus 5% of the ship length from forward perpendicular. But this is now for both your cargo ship and passenger ship same requirement. Minimum is 5% of the length or 10 meter. That is for passenger ship also. Here in the road slide different something different is written, but in SOLAS it is both for passenger ship and cargo ship. So minimum distance is 5% or 10 meter, whichever is less, and maximum distance is 8% or 5% plus 3 meter of ship's length, whichever is more. This allowance can be made for extension the extensions like bulbous bow from forward perpendicular. Same thing apply here also. Aft peak bulkhead watertight to the bulkhead deck must may be stepped below the bulkhead deck if subdivision safety is not compromised. So there is a possibility of stepping of your aft peak bulkhead. Other bulkheads also can be stepped within certain uh, uh, constraints are there, but off-peak bulkhead is more easy to mistake. A bulkhead at each end of the machinery space, watertight up to the bulkhead deck. So on passenger ship also, cargo ship also, you require a bulkhead at each end of the machinery space, watertight up to the bulkhead deck. So purpose of that is to separate your machinery space from other spaces, because machinery space is very risky. There are higher risk of fire, etc., and other spaces need to be protected from machinery space. Then stern tube to be enclosed in watertight compartment. So stern tube on a passenger ship has to be there. So there is a watertight compartment for the stern tube, and that is you have a special type of tunnel usually. And stern gland to be situated in watertight shaft tunnel. Stern gland to be situated in a watertight shaft tunnel or space separate from the stern tube compartment of specific calculated size. So you have glands. One gland will be in the engine room, and stern gland is also to be accessible. Plain watertight bulkhead design. So by design, we have two main types of bulkhead, plain and corrugated. And now first we will discuss plain, then corrugated bulkhead. Plain bulkheads are also very common. It is a traditional design of the bulkhead is plain bulkheads. Plain bulkhead also called flat bulkhead, or you can also call them conventional or traditional bulkhead. So they are plain bulkhead. Watertight bulkheads, because of their large area, are formed of several strakes of plating. They are welded to the cell deck and tank top. The plating strakes are horizontal and stiffening is vertical. Since water pressure in the tank increases with depth and watertight bulkhead must withstand such loading, the bulkhead must have increasingly greater stand towards the base. So from top to bottom, the strength increase. So we have to increase the thickness of the plating. So lower strakes of the plating are more thicker than the upper strakes. This is achieved by increasing horizontal strakes of plating towards the bottom. Now, the collision bulkhead must have plating some 12% thicker than other watertight bulkheads. As per class requirements, it is not given in SOLAS. So class requirements, normally they require collision bulkhead to be thicker than other watertight bulkheads. Also, plating in the off-peak bulkhead around the stern tube must be doubled or increased in thickness to reduce vibrations. So after-peak bulkhead is also of increased thickness because of vibrations. You want to reduce those vibrations. The bulkhead is stiffened by
वो कहाँ रखूं?
vertical bull plates or toe welded angle bar stiffeners spaced about 610 mm for collision and oil tight bulkhead. Other watertight bulkheads 760 mm. But collision bulkhead, after peak bulkhead, oil tight bulkheads on tankers, where the spacing between stiffeners is about 610 millimeters. End of the stiffeners are bracketed to the tank top and the deck beams. So these bulkheads have got stiffeners, and these stiffener ends are bracketed. Bracket means they you use brackets there. Directly we don't weld the stiffener to the deck. We end it with a bracket. So the bracket is basically a triangular plate. One bracket will be at the bottom, one bracket will be on top. Top bracket can also be called as similar to beam knee. Beam knee is on the sides, but here it is bracket only. In twin decks, where loading is less, the stiffeners may have no end connections. So twin decks normally you find on general cargo ships, and in twin deck, lower end of the stiffeners, the brackets may not be there, but at the below the twin deck, beam knees will be there. So that is there. Unnecessary brackets will hinder the cargo storage. So we want to avoid that. So that was this page. Okay. Now this is one of the very important diagrams normally comes in your course, and it is also available in your book DJ Ayers. You can practice it from there also. Very important diagram. In this diagram, there are three views of a plane bulkhead. So this view is your end view looking from forward. If you are looking from forward, this is starboard, this is port, this is top, this is bottom, and this is your tank top. Below the tank top, this is your DB tank, and this plate from port to starboard, this plate is your bulkhead. This bulkhead is made of several strakes. So lower strake here, 11.5 mm thick plate, then 9.5 mm thick plate, this plate from here to here, then 8.5 mm thick plate, 7.25 mm thick plate, and 6.5 mm thick plate like this. So this ship also shows a twin deck. So twin deck means it is a general cargo ship. So on general cargo ship also you have plain bulkheads with stiffeners. So stiffeners are basically these vertical lines which are shown here in this sketch. They are stiffeners. These horizontal lines which are shown here are joints between these plates. They are called seams. These joints are called seam, SEAM. Okay. So these plates, this plate is also not one plate. There are vertical joints also in between. Those plates are joints are called butts, but they are not given in the diagram. But horizontal joints are given because this is a more important weld seam between different stakes. Okay, vertical joints will not be in one line, but this is in one line here. Okay, so now these vertical lines here, they indicate your stiffeners from bottom to the twin deck, and then another one from twin deck to the main deck, and this is on the bulkhead. So they are welded against the bulkhead, vertical stiffeners. These stiffeners are usually angle bars and sometimes bull bar sections. That means flat plate with their one end slightly thick. That is bull bar section. They are joined with the bottom with the help of a bracket here. Each stiffener has got a bracket here. Sometimes there are alternate stiffener may have bracket. Then these are your beam knees. They are also brackets, top brackets, and these are also brackets. Normally beams are knees are on the side. Okay, so this is a plain bulkhead. This is the view we are looking from forward on a plain bulkhead. It starts from your tank top till your main deck. If there is a twin deck, it will twin deck will be welded to this. There may be some self plate for the twin deck. So one set will go up to the twin deck. Then there will be a horizontal plate on top for the twin deck. It will support give some strength to twin deck also. Then another vertical plate. There may be one or two stakes in that also, and that will be your twin deck. And there are brackets on top, brackets here also below the twin deck if twin deck is there, and brackets at the bottom. So they provide continuity of the strength. So
So,
that is, yes, please.
So these
Yes, go ahead.
the numbers which are given 7.25 mm, 8.5 mm. As the
Yes.
thickness is increasing, this thickness is on the vertical stiffness.
No, no, this is of the plate of the bulkhead, the not of the
Okay,
stiffeners.
okay, okay,
The
okay, okay.
bulkhead
The
which is
plate of the bulkhead.
this, yeah, this bulkhead which is there from port to starboard.
And sir, what are these transverse lines indicating? These black lines, transverse one.
These are joints between your these horizontal, these plates are there. This is a one vertical plate, this is another vertical
Okay,
plate, because full
okay,
bulkhead is too large, you cannot have
भाभी
one plate.
भाभी का
So there are several row of plates like this. One row of plate, another row of plate, another row of plates like this. So there are horizontal rows of plate. Each row is called a strake. Each row of plates is called a strake. So this is your lower stake, then this is next higher stake, this is your next higher stake. So there may be
okay,
having
sir.
some lettering.
So
Yes, please.
actually, this transverse line is just just the like division of stakes. Nothing. We
Yes,
will not be
it is
having
just a
any.
division of stakes. It is just a
Okay.
division of stakes. So it is a joint. And this has been basically written here because thickness is different.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Vertically,
So do we
thickness is
have
different.
a transfer? Do we have a transfer stiffener also running, like in the shown in the diagram, or it
No
is just
transfers. No, 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 no. Only vertical stiffness.
okay? Fine,
Okay.
fine. ठीक है, sir.
Because
Thank you.
transverse stiffener we cannot put. One thing on general cargo, say bulk carrier cargo will stay on top. When we discharge the cargo, it will not come off. You have to go
Hmm.
there physically and try to remove it. Vertical stiffener, there is no problem. Cargo will not stay there.
Okay,
Okay.
okay,
So
okay.
vertical is better also, easier to put, easier to clean, easier to handle. So only one side is required. Strengthening is required only from one side. You don't have stiffeners on both sides. If you are looking from this side, you have stiffener on this side. Behind the bulkhead, it will be plain. Okay, it will
Yes,
be
sir.
no stiffeners on the other side because strength. Our purpose of stiffener is to give the strength to the bulkhead, and strength can be
Yes, sir.
given from one side only. So,
Yes,
and
sir.
these stiffeners are welded to the bulkheads. So this is your
Okay.
stiffener.
And sir, yes, sir. And
Yes.
last doubt, sir. One more doubt. These vertical stiffeners which are shown in the diagram have in between these dots, which you said are the butts, right?
Mm, no, butts are butt joint. This is your seam joint. Butt joint
Hmm.
is here. These BB is brackets, triangular plates. Because
Mm-hmm.
under the deck, here also deck, there are some longitudinals running in four and a half direction. So all longitudinal will be in four and a half direction. They will be coming close to this place, and this vertical stiffener and that longitudinal will be joined with the help of this bracket. Okay. So if you
Okay,
see,
sir.
if you imagine a horizontal deck above this, and under the deck there will be longitudinals running forward to aft. So they will meet here. When they meet here, they are not directly welded. They are welded with the help of this bracket. Okay, so there is a bracket on top. Similarly, there is a bracket here also at the bottom because there are longitudinals below the tank top. Normally at the tank top we need to load cargo, so longitudinals are not on top. Longitudinals are below under the tank top. Okay, you must have seen longitudinal framing in second
Huh, sir.
mates. Okay, so normally it is giving according to that framing. So on the side may be normal frame, so it is basically giving for your composite framing frame shape, expecting there will be longitudinal below. There are longitudinals here. So this diagram is for that. There will be slightly different diagram for transverse framing and all that. Okay.
Sir,
Okay.
and
Yes.
in this twin deck also we'll be having any longitudinal or no?
Yes, some longitudinals will be there because that also requires some strength, either transversely framed or
Mm-hmm.
longitudinally framed. So there will be some different designs on ships. So that will depending on the designer, whichever is preferred. They can have either longitudinals or transverse beams under the decks. One of the things will be
Okay.
there. Okay.
Okay.
Then this is your bulkhead looking from top. So same bulkhead, this bulkhead here, this we are looking from top. So when you look from top, you can see a straight line. It's a plain bulkhead. This straight line is your bulkhead. And these are your stiffeners, bulbar stiffeners. These vertical lines. So they are looking like this when you are looking from top. All right. So if you cut all this like somewhere here or somewhere here and look from top, it will appear like this. So it is a section somewhere here, any one place on this bulkhead. Let's say it is just below the deck, it is cut, or we remove the deck from top, and from top we will see this. Okay, on the bulkhead. So this is the bulkhead, how it will appear from top. Okay, if you remove the deck. All right.
Excuse me,
Right,
sir.
sir.
Now this is the bulkhead, how it will appear
Excuse me,
from
sir.
the side. Yes, please go ahead.
सर ये कंस्ट्रक्शन की सर वो आपने जो बुक बोली थी एरल फर्नांडिस वो उसकी सॉफ्ट कॉपी मिल नहीं रही है तो सर आपके जो ये पीपीटी वाले नोट्स हैं आप शेयर कर सकते हैं सर बाद में रेफरेंस के लिए हमें चाहिए होगा
Yeah, still we are just starting that book. Even I don't have soft copies. Somebody have sent uh, some on the surveys some notes. You can go through them. They are same, I think, from that book only, or similar to that. They are sufficient. I will also send my notes. Okay, as I'm trying to remake those notes because whatever my notes were there, they were left in the institute. Unfortunately, because of lockdown, it happened suddenly. We also did not realize that we will not come back that time. So I am remaking those notes and let me finish, then I will transmit. Okay.
ओके सर क्योंकि सर ये आपके पीपीटी वाला नोट्स है साथ साथ समझते हुए लिखना फिर इसका
ये तो मैंने नेट से
साइज
ही
है
ले रहा हूँ. This is not my notes. I have taken from net just now. Okay, so it's
ओके सर
available
ओके
on the net.
ओके
Okay,
सर
okay, but I like them, so I'm using them. So okay, but my notes also have same diagrams also, so it is similar only. So anyway, so this is that bulkhead, plain bulkhead looking from the side. So when you look, cut it somewhere vertically here, the bulkhead and look from the side in view of the frame. So this vertical line is your bulkhead and on one side is your stiffener, old stiffener, twin deck stiffener. Okay, so this is your stiffener. One end of the stiffener is thicker, other end is welded to the bulkhead. So this is your tank top. This below the tank top you have DB tank. This is your bottom of the ship. Inside the tank top you have transverse floors. So watertight floor is there. Normally below the bulkhead, it will be a watertight floor. That means no lightning holes. Other there will be solid floors and bracket floors also, but this one is special, which divide your DBs. This side will be one DB, other side is other DB. So under the bulkhead, this type of arrangement is there. So floor, then there is a horizontal plate, then you have vertical plate going up. That vertical plate is your bulkhead, and this bulkhead has got stiffness on one side. So this design is there. Now there is triangular plate here. Then there are brackets, triangular plate here, and then there are bracket, triangular plate here. Okay. So this may be some
So,
self plate for the twin deck.
Ashish, I just want to ask one question about these stiffeners. Like
Yes.
this